Good afternoon and welcome to the May 5th episode of The Art Block with Ant and Derek here on Making TV WPGA. I'm Ant.
And I'm Derek, a strong black Irishman from Macon. Yes. I'm just referring to this article. Thanks for the article by Sean Pritchard in this previous 11th hour article.
Yeah. Thanks for mentioning The Art Block.
Yes. Thank you.
Because Derek is magically delicious.
Yes.
Okay.
Derek Barrett, not Derek O'Barrett.
Okay.
But thanks though.
That's a remake of you.
Yes, a remake. Which, actually, that's today's topic.
That's right.
Remakes. Remake is a movie or any type of form of art that's a revision of a work of the previous work of a similar medium.
Or story.
Story, yes.
Yeah.
Usually in songs, they're usually called covers. Like Barry Manilow's Mandy was a remake of a British song called Brandy by an artist back that was made in 71. They had to change it to Mandy because around the same time there was a song called Brandy You're a Fine Girl by the group Looking Glass. So we had to change it, and then it became so popular because the original song was a fast tempo song, and Barry Manilow made it a ballad, and it became a hit.
Right. So enough about the music, though.
Yes.
Let's go into the movies.
Great.
The remakes
Okay.
of movies. So how do you feel, Derek, in general, about remakes?
Well, if it's done, if you do it right, good.
But isn't that opinion to begin with? I mean,
well, yeah.
I mean, you might think a remake is done right and looks great, and someone else might think it's just absolute trash,
Well, yeah, it depends. I mean, obviously, there's some things you should, do a remake with. If it's done right, you don't have to do it anymore. Like you have to be an idiot if someone tries to do a remake of, say, The Godfather, the first two out of the three, or say Casablanca or Gone with the Wind. I mean, those are going to stand for the test of time. I mean, it's not even necessary to do a remake of that.
Right. Well, my outlook on remakes has always been this. I've kind of followed this simple rule. I'm completely against remakes, except if it's based on an established novel,
okay,
a big book, or if the director who is remaking it made the previous version.
Oh,
for example, Alfred Hitchcock, let's say. In 1934, he did The Man Who Knew Too Much, and then in 1956, he redid it. The first time he did it with Peter Lorre, Leslie Banks, and then the second time, of course, he did it with Jimmy Stewart. I was fine with that. I like both versions. I know why Hitchcock did that. He wasn't pleased with his first version of it, and he wanted to redo it. And I'm fine in that case. And and like I said, with books, I'm fine if you're going to take a classic like Treasure Island or The Scarlet Letter or
maybe The Wizard of Oz.
Established book. Because my thing with remakes is, the problem I have with remakes in general is it's anti-artistic most of the time. Because anybody that's remaking something that's strictly just a remake of a movie, it's not a remake of a book, whether they know it or not or realize it, the original is always in the back of their mind, in my opinion.
Right.
So whenever they're on set creating something, I can't help but think they're still going to dive into taking something from that original. And of course people say, well, artists are thieves anyway. That's another topic.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Unless you haven't seen it, you can't help but be influenced by the original version.
That's very true.
And that's my problem with it.
But it depends on what particular time have you watched them. Like, for example, like good number of movies, especially when film became popular back like 100 years ago. Like, say, when Universal just started, or Paramount, you had like certain movies like silent films, such as The Wizard of Oz, which was in black and white, which came out like maybe a few years after the original author L. Frank Baum passed away. Now, obviously, the people who remember, the original silent version, well, if they're still alive, they probably don't remember it now. With people who are living now, probably don't know about it. They all they know is the 1939 remake of The Wizard of Oz with Judy Garland, or say like the Cecil B. DeMille, who directed his version of the Ten Commandments back in 1923, which was also a black and white silent film. But most people when they think of the Ten Commandments, they don't think of the 1923 original black and white silent. They think of the 1956 remake color film starring Charlton Heston as Moses.
Well, and that brings up another reason I think why remakes are made so much nowadays, is these people think no one now, the new generation, they don't know of these original versions. They're bringing it, thinking they're bringing something new, and that's fine and all. But I just think it's so, like I said, I think it's just sort of anti-artistic. I think there's so many new subjects and new themes to discover out there in movies, and ways to use your mind and do something original besides just going after something already done. And then in some case, I mean, it gets ridiculous to the point of, say, Gus Van Sant, who is just idiotic enough to not only remake Psycho, but remake it shot for shot. He used Hitchcock storyboards. He remade it shot for shot, and I refused. I never even watched 5 seconds of that movie. I've yet to see. I've seen only maybe still shots from that movie.
Wow.
I refused to ever watch that version of Psycho.
Was it that bad, or was you?
I just never saw it. I refused to. The original Psycho is one of my favorite movies of all time, and to remake it was ridiculous. Even though it's based on a short story, it is based on a short story, which kind of goes against my rule of something based on a book. But what made it so utterly annoying to me is that he told everybody to begin with, I'm making this movie and I'm taking Hitchcock storyboards and doing it shot for shot.
So basically directing by numbers.
Exactly. I don't see anything in that other than you're just, I guess, trying to be controversial. I don't know. But
I don't know. But I don't have a problem with it as long as you do it well. As long as you do it well, like
then again, it goes to opinion. It all comes down to
opinion.
I
mean, there have been like you said, there have been some really terrible, sucky ones like the Psycho version, but there have been some very good ones like Ocean's 11, the 1960s.
I didn't see the remake.
Okay,
I saw the original.
The original with the Rat Pack.
Pack, yeah.
But the Ocean's 11, the remake, which had the 2001 had George Clooney and Don Cheadle and the late Bernie Mac. That really awesome movie, remake. I thought it was really good. In fact, it was so good they actually made sequels, Ocean's 12 and Ocean's 13.
Well, I heard now in the case of True Grit, I love the original True Grit.
With John Wayne.
I haven't seen the remake, but everybody tells me it's a great movie. And I could believe that. It's the Coen brothers. But again, it's based on a book. It's based on a novel by Charles Portis. So it's already an established novel. And that's fine because you're getting somebody else's work and you're putting your idea to their work, which is that book. And I can let that slide. But if you're doing a book and you're taking away from another movie, more so than the book, and it's like, and there's plenty of cases where we could bring that up. I mean,
that's very true.
There's horrible remakes left and right. The Willy Wonka remake is terrible to me with Johnny Depp, the Tim Burton. I mean, it was pointless even though.
But I guess to the point, I guess remakes are okay, but I just hope that that's not like this. That wasn't always the stable of Hollywood, was it? Compared to
no, I mean they did it occasionally. It seems like now it's overboard.
Creatively, like people are just creatively lazy.
90% of what comes out is a remake now. If you look up the movie, you find out it's a remake of something. No matter how much they change it and tweak it,
Yeah, out of all the movies that came out last year, that what I've heard from sources that wasn't a remake, a reboot, or a sequel, or prequel, or based on a TV show, cartoon, or comic book. I mean, there was only one last year. That was, I think, Bucky Larson. But but anyway,
Bucky Larson.
We'll be right back after these messages, and also we'll have our guest.
Our guest,
Christina Pykles.
So join us in a few.
Roasted Cafe and Lounge is a wonderland of great coffee, tasty food, good people, and fun times. Come in and try our world-famous date shake, We also offer beer, wine, and alcohol, as well as many flavored tobaccos to try out in our beautifully made hookahs. Curiouser and Curiouser Roasted Cafe and Lounge, located on 442 2nd Street in downtown Macon. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a wondrous experience that will have you coming back for more.
We're back. I love those commercials.
Oh, yes.
I love our sponsors. Thank you so much.
So
and
do
with
I.
us in the studio now is the lovely Christina Pykles, actress. Are you on the board at Perry Players? Or
I am
yeah,
on the
board member of the Perry Players Theater in the Central Georgia area. So let us know what you want to talk about today, Christina.
Well, let's see. We are actually closing our 30th season this right now with The Odd Couple, which, interestingly enough, is a remake.
Yes.
Well,
Based on the
originally
play.
it's a play.
Right.
Yes. So we are doing the original version by Neil Simon. It opened yesterday, May 4th, and it's running until the 13th. And we have all kinds of great cast members. It's directed by Todd Wilson, who's a Middle Georgia theater veteran. He's been in about everything. He's a great director. And we do have a couple really good deals for tickets. Wednesday night is our buy one get one free special night, so that's a good night. And also we're doing something special this time. On Thursday, May the 10th, is Relay for Life Day, which is $2 off every full price ticket goes to the relay. So that's something.
Very good.
Yeah.
So where, before you get any further, tell the viewers where exactly the Perry Players Theater is located.
Perry Players Theater is located at 909 Main Street in Perry, Georgia. And our evening shows start at 7:30, and our Sunday matinee starts at 2:30. And you can visit our website for more information and tickets. It's www.perryplayers.org. And if you need to give us a call for reservations, that's 478-987-5354. And then that's the close of this season. And we do have a special youth workshop in the summertime that we do, and you know, it's our annual thing. It's 2 sessions for kids to come in, and they learn everything about the theater, from helping to build sets, paint, makeup, and then of course the singing and dancing and acting. And it's really great. Joy Goodman's been doing that for us for a few seasons now, and we always look forward to seeing their production in the summer as well.
Okay.
And then we move into the fall, which is going to be crazy busy for us. We have several new things we're trying. We are putting together a radio theater program, which it's still in the works, but we do hope to do a performance every month along with our stage performances, since there is no set and everything. And we'll actually open that to have people come and sit and watch. So if you've never been to one, it's pretty cool. And then we have something really interesting coming in September. It's going to be the New Harmonies, which is the Smithsonian Institute. It's a traveling exhibit, which is pretty cool. It's actually focusing on the roots music of America, really.
Wow,
great.
And,
sounds good.
they're doing it kind of in conjunction with us. They wanted a local arts community to help put it on, and we'll be performing a special musical called Crowns during the New Harmonies event.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and that's just the beginning of our season.
Right.
Okay.
And so Perry Players has the same setup as most theaters in this area. That's open auditions, correct?
Yes.
When they have plays, open
Okay.
auditions.
Plays
Usually 2 days of auditions.
Open auditions.
Right.
And for the musical Crowns, it'll probably be, I'm going to go with late July, August. We'll probably do the auditions.
Okay.
Well, how big is that cast? How many people did he need? Do you know?
I want to say around 10. It's
Okay.
not.
At
It's
least
not
10?
very big, but
Okay.
yeah. Well, you can always add more. It's a musical, so you can always add more people and throw them in the chorus.
Okay.
I'm sure.
So if you ever thought you want to be on stage, you want to try your hand at acting and singing,
Yes.
check it out. Go audition. It's a lot of fun. I think once you do, you'll be hooked.
Oh yes.
All right, so now that we got through the Perry Players Community Theater info, tell us a little bit about what you've been up to, Christina. We know you've been pretty busy lately doing some acting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually I just started doing some film and TV work, and let's see, I was on the
Okay.
I was an extra along with you on the Clint Eastwood movie, The Trouble with the Curve. Yeah.
Right.
Um,
And Derek.
Yes.
And Derek was there.
Thank you.
There's a big group of us.
That's right.
I had a small extra bit in an episode of Necessary Roughness. I'm not sure when that airs. I think it runs in the summer.
Right.
Okay.
And then I just did a small spin-off of the series Solid Ground, The Legend of Sackhead, with Will and Thomas.
That's right.
I'm not
Very
sure.
good show. Well
Very
done
good
show.
show. Yes.
Ran locally a couple of years ago.
It's a funny script.
It's the return of it, not the remake of it.
Okay.
It's not a remake of Solid Ground.
It's more
Okay.
of a spin-off. It's
Yeah.
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 Thanks for the correction. Thank you.
And
And then the other one I'm working on, which is really exciting, it's an indie feature film by Joseph Lavender, who did Exit 101, and it's called The Legend of Seven Toe Maggie. We are filming that now. I play one of the leads, and it's really great. We've got some great footage so far, and we're filming in this really awesome location that is, I think, the greatest haunted house you could ever possibly want, and it's real.
Okay.
and how long is that filming? Do you know?
We are due to wrap in the beginning of June.
Okay.
Okay. So you're the lead. So you're Seven Toe Maggie.
No, I'm not actually the lead. I'm one of the leads, but Maggie herself is actually only has a brief part. This is kind of the spin-off. It's an urban legend of Cordeal, I believe, and
Okay.
this is kind of a retelling of it with sorts. It revolves around a girl named Maddie, who's I can't reveal too much of
Right.
this.
We understand.
Secrets of the plot.
Okay.
It revolves around her and a guy, and I actually play a paranormal investigator.
Oh.
We are
Okay.
a little team of investigators that go to this house to investigate and see if there's any truth to the story.
I see. Okay.
And so how did, for anybody out there that's interested, again, in trying to be an actor, actress, get in this business, how did you get these roles?
Oh my. A lot of just meeting people, of course. I've known Will and Thomas for a little while. With Seven Toe, I actually did have to audition. We did video auditions, and then some people did live in-person auditions. It just kind of depended. But we've got a great cast for that. And some of them are from Atlanta. Some are from St. Simons.
Right.
We have several people from out of town who've come in. And
Right.
it's, everybody.
So practically statewide.
Yeah,
Okay.
everywhere.
Okay.
And it's really exciting, and it's been nice to get to know everybody and see everybody from all over, and we've had a good time so far.
So we talked about this subject a few episodes ago. What's your take, since you do both theater and film? What do you prefer? Is that a fair question, or are you just kind of on the fence about it?
Yeah,
you prefer theater or film?
I don't really have a preference. I don't think. What I find the difference is, and I heard Derek's explanation, which is really, really, really good. But I feel like with theater, you have more of a connection to your audience. And
Exactly.
with film, you have more of a connection with your co-actors, with your cast. You have that opportunity to get a little more intimate and a little more close, which can be just as thrilling and exciting as hearing the applause and everything that comes with the theater. So, it goes both ways, but also with film, you do get the opportunity to go to amazing locations,
Right.
and you're not limited by the fact that you are on a set,
Right.
on a small stage in front of people. So you can do a lot more interesting things,
Right.
like the green screen we did that
Right.
looks like nothing but green until
Right,
we see
right.
it. That's film.
And I guess with film also, I mean, yes, they do record theater productions, but film, you know you're going to have that for eternity,
Yes.
basically, to look
Yes.
back on. Not every theater production is always filmed. Sometimes you do theater, and once you do theater, it's done. It's just in your memory, or the memory of the audience and the fellow actors.
And you get to play around a little bit
Right.
more with film because you have those takes that you can,
Right.
you can do
Yeah.
it again if you mess it up, which is nice. But also you can improvise a little more and try new things. And if something's not working, you get to
Do
it
over.
Yeah.
So our topic, as you know, is remakes. We got about a minute left before we have to take a break here. As quick as you can, what do you take on remakes? Do you not care? Are you for it, against it?
Usually they're not worth it, I don't think. But I do think that sometimes if say the director comes along or a producer comes along and they have a really different take on it, they really want to revamp it. I think that's cool. And also if it's something that is so old that maybe there's a whole new generations of people that are going to be exposed to it sometimes it's worth redoing to get them to see it, because let's face it, there's not a lot of people who are going to go back and watch those black and white films.
Yeah, that's true. Like say like Total Recall. Colin Farrell's supposed to have a new version of Total Recall coming out this year, I think. Do you think you'll be able to fill in Arnold Schwarzenegger's shoes?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know that anything with Arnold Schwarzenegger was necessarily worth redoing.
And even though it's sort of based on a book, it's based sort of on a Philip K. Dick book, and Philip K. Dick's great, and we can talk about him another episode, but we got to go to a break, and we got to go to it now.
What kind of madhouse is this? Is this any way to treat a man? Where's your humanity?
Athens Mattress Outlet, proudly serving Athens and the University of Georgia community. Featuring the Energy Series Pillow Top for only $3.99. Avoid the hassle of moving a mattress when your student leaves home to attend UGA. Athens Mattress Outlet is an online retailer based in Athens and now serving all of Georgia. Call or click today.
The only good bed is an Athens mattress bed.
Hi, we're back on the block with our contestant, Mr. Irving Martinez. He's going to be competing against Christina Pykles, who's in a disclosed area of the studio. She can't hear or see what we're doing right now. And we're getting ready for our game, which will be Rochambeau, or for our English-speaking viewers, rock, paper, scissors. So, Mr. Martinez, Irving, how are you?
Good. Thank you, Derek,
Good.
and congratulations.
Thank you very much. And also, a happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So
50 years.
Oh, great.
Finally hit the half point. Half point.
Good. So where are you from and what do you do?
Originally from Brooklyn, New York, and I came to Georgia about 8 years ago.
Okay.
Stopped off in Lawrenceville, where I spent about 7 years, and then came here. My church asked me to come to help them out here in Macon, Georgia.
Right. Okay.
And so this is where I am. And so far, so good. I mean, God has been great. He's been, I have 3 houses that I'm renovating, as well as a church building. So we'll have a new church down on Georgia and Monroe Street in about 6 months.
That's very good. Great. Speaking of which, this is art. You've done some work here, artistic work here in Macon.
Yes, I have. I was very fortunate to meet some of the people that run the Macon Film Festival.
Right.
And
you were also in the Razzle, right?
I was in the Razzle. I played Crazy Ricky.
Okay.
And I got to slap a good friend of mine. And we did 7 takes.
Wow.
And each and every one was hurting me more than him, believe me.
Wow. Okay. Well, since we got that competitive thing started, let's get it on with rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Well.
See? That's me.
Who won?
I won! Yay!
Wow. Did you see that? Well, we may need instant replay on that because that was kind of quick. You might have to get an instant replay because if you blinked, you might have missed it because it was like 3-0.
Yes.
Over
Chris. So, Irving,
Yes, sir.
you will get a consolation prize for being a good sport.
Thank you, sir. I
And
appreciate that.
we do appreciate that. But you do have
Yes.
to pay
Huh?
for your inadequacies in the game of Rochambeau.
Rock, paper,
You will have
scissors.
to pay.
Oh!
Christina, would you like to do the honors?
Oh, man.
Anything to say? Any last words?
The taste of
Irving?
victory.
Any last words, Mr. Martinez?
You were a lucky person. It had nothing to do with skill.
Anything else?
I got beaten by a girl.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, that went everywhere.
Wow. That was
Got a little oaf in that one.
wow.
Wow. Wow.
So,
So what do you?
that was a good one.
That was a good one. Nice and cold, too.
So, any final words? Any last words there, Irving?
Yeah, I just wanted to make mention now that my face is full of cake.
Or pie, whatever
I'm
the
running for
case.
state senator, District 26 here in Macon. And I'm really doing it for the people, to be a voice to the people. I walk the streets of Macon every single day for hours on end. I even hang out downtown where the Dempsey Hotel is, throughout all that whole area. And I talk to your average person. What I hear is that the politicians here are so detached and so unrealistic in their expectations of what they want the people to do, based on the money that they blow and they really throw away, that they needed a new voice. They need somebody to step in and do the right thing for the people themselves, not for the government and not for the entitlements and not for anything. As a matter of fact, my salary is going to completely go to charity if I win the state senate seat. So I hope and pray that you guys will at least consider, listen to it, look at my mandate. My mandate's very tough. I'm going to fight police corruption, government corruption. I also want to do revitalization of downtown, find out what these owners are getting all these tax breaks for these buildings.
Good, Irvin. We don't like to talk politics on here usually.
Yes, sir.
But you're such a good sport, and we will let you do
I
that.
appreciate
We
it.
appreciate it. But I have payback for you one more time. You got to slap me in the razzle 7 times.
Yes.
We'll be back after this message.
The moment that I laid eyes on her, I was hooked. She had a glow that said, I'm here, I'm waiting, speak to me, look at what I have to offer. As my eyes scrolled down her sleek, inviting, and provocative frame, I realized that this was no middle-of-the-road dame. She supplied opportunity, character, security, and a healthy boost to my ego. She had me coming back for more.
We're back here on the Art Block on Macon TV WPGA. We'd like to thank today's guests, Christina Pykles, and our contestant, Irvin Martinez. And here's his prize package for being such a good sport and getting pied. And Christina, one more time, tell us about Odd Couple.
Odd Couple playing now at Perry Theater till the 13th.
Till the
Check us
13th.
out.
Okay. Once again, we thank our sponsors. Without all of you, we could not do this. Derek, any last parting words? My Irish friend.
Oh, yes. Yes. Please watch us again next week and support the arts.